Hey guys, how is everyone? How's everything? Yeah, today, maybe let me start the live stream. Hello, Screenada. Okay, how are you doing? I'm great. How are you doing? Yeah, so yesterday we made this scene. Let me show you off as everyone comes in. Hello, Burning Bright. Glad to see you. Yeah, how's your day? How's your day going? Yeah, so yesterday we made this scene, and maybe I can start by showing off what I rendered yesterday. So hello, Kazaik A3D. How are you doing? Yeah, this was yesterday's render. We created this kind of Egyptian temple, and yeah, that was the render. I rendered this in cycles, and I said, yeah, this was lost. So, and I set the render time to be 1 minute for each frame because I'm using cycles X, which enables you to set a timer for each render. So I set this to render at 1 minute for each frame. It's a bit noisy, but I'm okay with that. At the end here, you see the resolution changes drastically, and that's because for that part, I was rendering at 1 second per frame, which had a lot of noise. Oh my goodness, I missed that. No, the video is still available if you want to do that. But yeah, I guess you missed the live stream, which is more interactive. Okay, so let's see what we can do today. Let me just yeah. So this is yesterday's stuff. Let's try something new today. Today I want to kind of create something like how is it called? A scene from. How is it called? Because I'm looking at some reference images here, and some runes in kind of a, yeah, I'm not sure. Let's just create something and see. Hello, the Flyer 697. How are you doing? How are you? Okay, let's start by. I actually like to start with a ground surface. So that's why I want to use with a displacement texture, so that I'm not starting from scratch. I'm going to go to my height maps. Here, and look for something that I could use as a starting rock. Something like this. I can add a multi resolution surface modifier above this, subdivide this a few times, and you can already see I'll have some nice rocks to start with, but I want to get something that can shape my world so that I'm not starting from scratch. Let me see this. I want to see if I have a terrain like this, can I use it? Let me see how this looks. This is too noisy. This is also too noisy. Maybe my strength is a bit too high. Let me look for a different height map. Can you give me the link? I haven't set up the link for the for this live stream. Use the ant landscape add-on. Okay. Let me see. Landscape add-on. Let me see what kind of results that will give us. Add. Regenerate. Let's see what kind of... Actually, I think using the addon is great. Hello, Ganja. How are you doing? What's good? Let's see if I use a turbulence. Okay, that's not distorted terrain. Planet noise. Still a bit noisy. Let's try a different seed. Marble. I want a valley like this. You know what? Let's try. Let me see. Marble and then Palin noise. Yeah, I want something like this. I want a valley like this. Hey, Helisarius. How are you doing? Yeah, maybe this could work. Maybe let's reduce on my music, it's a bit too loud. Yeah, let's start with something like this. I'm going to look for my rock texture or rock material here. Just going to go to the asset library and look for some rock material. See if I can get any, or ground. You know what? Let me go to my texture folder, addon, and look for some rock PBR material. See, let me grab this, see how this looks. Are you planning on, what are you planning on doing? I have a scene in my head that I want to see if I can, yeah, so I don't really have good reference to it, but yeah, we'll see. Let me change this to object generated coordinates. My country is 131. Ah, nice. I want this to use object mapping just to see how this looks. Yeah, I think the rocks look fine. I'm just going to reduce the resolution of this and go to use a decimate modifier here. Just I'll reduce the since I have a few more people here, let me show you again what we did yesterday, because I get asked sometimes. Yeah, I managed this time to render it out, which is rarely something I do. So yeah, this I'll be posting this on my Instagram or on TikTok, I think. But yeah, this is what we managed to render. It's still a bit noisy because I use fewer samples. I actually just set the render to render at 1 minute per frame, but this is what we managed to do. I like the rocks here. They really came out nicely, and the volumetrics. Unfortunately, the pyramid, I would have preferred it for if it was in the middle here. Maybe it's actually visible here, for a bit here, but it creates some nice parallax in the background. I also love these pillars. I think they came out looking nice. Okay, for today I want to try something different. I want to have a path between a valley and maybe have a character in the middle. And we're going to use some sculpting to add some extra detail to this. Hello Vinora, how are you doing? Okay, so let's see, we can get some rocks. I'll go to the asset library and look for some rocks. Rock. Yeah, we're going to use a lot of these rocks for detail. just think their resolution is a bit low, but I guess that's not too bad. That's not, hopefully that's not a big problem. Yeah, so what I want, and let me turn on my ambient occlusion. I'm going to be using cycles. I want to set my camera around here. It also seems that my scene is way too small, so let me scale it up, something like that. Bring my camera around here. Really, that looks really cool. Thank you. Let me create a new, call this path to victory. I got some of these rocks from how is it called? From Megascan. For Megascan, so if you want to get them, you can get them there. Let me change the focal length at something like 25. Now, one thing you notice is that our rock, this rock here, the colors don't match quite well, so I'm going to add. Hey, thank you for subscribing. That is Mark Villegas. Thank you. Progressing quickly. Thank you, The Flare. How are you? A path in the valley with a character holding wires intersecting at the group. Actually, let's add some character for reference. I'll look for man. Yeah, let me change to a different, yeah, here, change to collections. Let me get this guy. Yeah, so I made this character from Make Human. It's a free application that you can use yourself. Really amazing. I also have a horse. I want him to be on a horse. So let me add a horse. I got the horse from free3d.com. So I'll make him. Maybe have the horse around here. Grab our guy. Let me first make him editable. Yes, scale him down even further. Let me see, make sure that the rig works fine. Have you used Blendit add-on? No, I haven't. But I've seen it work. I think it's really amazing. I want to first change the terrain color here, so I'm just going to add a color. Should I use a mix RGB or a curves editor? Let me change the overlay, these to color. Then I can just play with the color a bit. Something like that. And I can also scale this down. And also add maybe a curve editor just to get the color to look right, correct. Just going to make it a bit brighter. For how long have you been using Blender? About 10 years. So it's been a while. Yeah, I think that is a good starting point. And we can reframe this a bit, maybe pull this back here and use cycles. And I want to use the sky texture. Just give it a rotation like that, and maybe an elevation about, so I want it to be something like a morning time, maybe somewhere like that. Can grab some of these pieces. That's why you handle it how I wanted. That's perfect. Yeah, it takes some time to. Yeah, it takes some time to get used to Blender. Yeah, so one thing, I want to dress up this character, and I think I'm just going to use my add-on. So let me get that. I'll go to my cloth library. I just want to give this guy some pants. Let me use the simulation part. Just give him maybe something like this. So this looks a bit too big, so I'll scale it down. Let me first pause. Yes, something like that. Just reduce the quality to about 8. Select this. I'll make this a collision property. Give this a collision property, and for the yeah, I think that's it. Then I can hit play, select the cloth, and just play the simulation. It's a bit slow because I'm in object mode, so let me go to non-rendered mode. I don't know why the scene is quite slow. Yes. Come here. Let's have this at 6. Yeah, I don't like how slow this is. Could be because I'm streaming and doing a lot of other things. So let me just get a pre-made asset, a pre-made trouser here, maybe this, and just use that. I need to scale it down to fit, to make it fit. By the way, you can get this add-on on my Blender Market page. Just type in !addons. Yeah, so around there, and I just also grab these trousers, turn on proportional editing, turn on proportional editing, and just Just make this, go to this leg, make this, go to that leg, and now I can just go to my sculpting tools and just make this a little bit, make it fit a bit. Something like that. I want this to be shorts instead of long trousers. So I'm just going to grab an edge loop around here, maybe around here and here. Just delete those faces, and that's same at the back here. Grab these faces. Actually, they're still connected, so I need grab this edge loop, remove that. I think I can also just get away by simply grabbing these faces here. Delete those faces like that. Hey Zigzag, how are you doing? Just need to get rid of this face, grab this. Remove that. Yeah. Now we have our shorts like that. I'm just I'm trying to create some kind of a valley with some guy on a horse. Now, let's see. Let's look at this. First, remove the reduce on the resolution of this, and decimate modifier. Just going to grab this, isolate it, just let's make the a hunter in the desert. Yeah, I guess something like that. Okay, I'm not sure why this is not really. I mean, decimate this further. Control P, automatic weights. I need this to be rotated on the X 90 degrees. To sometimes rigging can be the most unpredictable thing. Just trying to get this rig to rotate correctly is becoming a problem. So it deforms according to the legs, not the rig. Can you parent the shot with legs via automatic weights? Well, automatic weights only works with bonds, I thought. So you can't really parent it to just a mesh. You have to parent it to a rig, to amateurs. This, and let me see now if that's going to help. Automatic weights. Yeah, now it seems, yeah, it's working now. Really took us some time, but we got there. Just have this guy seated on the horse. Maybe he's a bit larger. Use in front for this. We have his hand on the horse. Something like that. I need to have some light coming in. Maybe let me change the direction of the sun or elevation. Something like that. And I want to have some kind of building here. So let's go to the